Now, the EU is expected to give Tunisia more than €1 billion in aid and loans to help finance and stem migration. What role will these finances play in curbing migration?
I think everything that will create economic opportunities for all people in Tunisia, but particularly youth, will be helpful. It will help them gain access to health services, education, but also very importantly, economic and work opportunities. It, in essence, will give them some stability in their lives, which is, of course, important so as people not be tempted by taking very risky routes into Europe or elsewhere.
And following up on that, is supporting Tunisia financially the solution to illegal migration?
Supporting migration is, of course, a multifaceted task. We know from our operations across the world that people spend ever longer in displacement, and that makes them more vulnerable. Not only does that reduce their chances for a future, but also makes them take bigger risks. So, in essence, what's also needed, aside from financial support, of course, is a protective legal environment where people can enjoy their rights, where they can have access to services, and where they can have opportunities. So in that sense, solidarity and equal partnership is very much important, because as we speak to people who are displaced on a daily basis, what they basically want is a better future for their children and a safe one, just like all of us.
Right. So we do know, though, that Tunisia, at least here in the continent, acts as a gatekeeper. But what else do you think needs to be done, especially in countries where the migrants originate from?
I think there's a great opportunity, particularly for the European Union now, as they have launched a European Year of Skills, which essentially involves talent partnerships. So giving skills, work opportunities, particularly to youth across the African continent and elsewhere. This will definitely be an important element. I think also, and what we see through a report we do on neglected crises, is that there needs to be real political will to address the root causes of displacement, because no country or no people should be neglected. But unfortunately, there's also another side to this. We see that the gap between the needs we see, the humanitarian needs we see, and the funding to provide real life-saving assistance to people in need is getting ever bigger. So there also needs to be discussion on how can we bridge this funding gap and what can we do to make sure that people are actually safer.